Hey guys, today I'm here to talk about how to make a gravity-defying cake. So what is a gravity-defying cake? Basically, it's a cake that looks like something is suspended over it, and most times it looks like something's being poured over it. So it's the latest craze in cake making these days, so I thought I'd give it a try. And since I had an excuse, it was my partner's 28th birthday, so I thought, why not, I'll make one. It turned out to be very easy. Anyone can do it. I know you say that, but this one's really easy if you know how to do it. And I made a couple of mistakes, and there you go. You already have the upper hand. You can learn from my mistakes, and I will tell you what those mistakes are and how I made it right, basically. Okay, so for this particular cake, I made an orange flavoured chocolate sponge, but you can use any sponge you like. It could just be a plain chocolate cake. If you have a trusted chocolate cake recipe, then you can use that by all means. So what I do with my cake sponges, after they've completely cooled, I wrap them in cling film, and then I chill them overnight in the fridge. If you don't have time, then by all means you can just chill it for an hour or a couple of hours, just basically to make them make the cake stick together. So it's much easier to cut horizontally if you want them filled. Now if you're not bothered, if you just want a cake no filling, that's fine as well. Then you don't have to chill it, but make sure it's completely cool before you even decorate it or put ganache on top of or whatever you're going to put buttercream, because what happens is if you try to decorate a cake while it's still warm, then basically your buttercream or your ganache will just melt and it will be sloppy. It'll be awful. Okay, so what I do is I chill my cake in the fridge overnight, and then I made 2 lots, and I cut them in 2. So I sandwich them with just chocolate ganache. So I should link. No, I won't link. I will. It's on my blog. The recipe for the ganache that I used, it should be on my blog. You'll find it with somewhere down there at the bottom. Okay. So I filled the chocolate cake with ganache, and then again I put I covered the whole cake after filling it with the same ganache, and then again I put it in the fridge just to let the ganache set nicely on top, and also because I made a chocolate glaze to pour over on top of that ganache. And this chocolate glazing is my favourite recipe. It's really, really, really good. It gives your chocolate cake, or any cake, well, it gives the cake a beautiful finish. And if you use it with a Swiss roll, a chocolate log, even cupcakes, it makes it really, really glossy, and it's just beautiful. So you should absolutely try it. Even if you're not making a gravity cake, the chocolate glaze, it's awesome. You should definitely try it. Okay, so once that is done, you pour the chocolate glaze over the chilled cake that you filled and covered with ganache, and then again you have to put that in the fridge to chill for the glaze to set. Okay, that should only take a couple of hours. Just make sure your glaze is completely cool before you pour it over your cake. So after you've chilled your glazed cake for a couple of hours, what you do then is you take 4 doweling rods. For my cake I used 9-inch ones, so I used 4 of them and stuck them together with the remaining ganache, because I had some left over, so I used that to stick them together. And then you'll end up with I wish I had dowels at the moment, but I don't, so you just have to use your imagination for now. So you just stick them together, make sure they're well stuck together, because it's very important. They will hold the Maltesers together. And well, I made the mistake of using glaze, so this is my first mistake. I used the glaze while it was cooling, So don't do that. It's not a very good adhesive. So yeah, ganache is better, but also you can use just melted chocolate by all means. I think just melted chocolate is best. It makes great adhesive. So you stick them together and then you plunge it into the center of the cake, or wherever you can even put it right to the side or to the left, top, bottom. It doesn't matter. But with my cake, I put it right in the middle. So you just plunge it in and make sure it's stable. And then what you do with the base, you put Maltesers just around the base, just to secure it. And then again, just wait for it just to set. You don't have to put it back in the fridge if you don't want to. You can just leave it. Just make sure your kitchen's not hot, otherwise the glaze will melt, and that would be a disaster, won't it, if it did. So just make sure your kitchen's cool enough, otherwise put it in the fridge to chill. And then after that, you melt a little bit of chocolate, about 50 grams is fine, just melt it in the microwave, it doesn't matter. And then put it in a piping bag, and then just snip the piping bag just a tiny little bit, because you don't want a lot of mess when you're trying to put individual Maltesers on the dowel. So that's what you do. You just stick on Maltesers individually with melted chocolate, not with anything else. Don't use ganache, don't use glaze, absolutely not glaze. But melted chocolate should work for this. And also, I forgot to mention, you should cover the rest of the doweling rod with melted chocolate, because you will end up with little gaps in between your Maltesers, and you don't want white, because I use white plastic doweling rods for my cake. You don't want that to show through the gaps, because that's a kind of giveaway, even though obviously people will know there's something supporting that, but you don't want them to, you don't want that to be the first thing they see when they look at your cake. They see like the doweling rods poking out. Anyway, so you just cover your dowel with melted chocolate, and then you stick on your Maltesers on your dowel, going up, working your way up. And make sure that you put more on the bottom, just the base, just to support it, just to make sure it's stable. So you have to wait just a little bit for the chocolate to kind of set and dry at the bottom before you put the next, the middle and the top levels, because you don't want it, the last thing you want is it collapsing on you, because it almost collapsed on me. I just managed to pick out the ones that did fall, and then I waited for the bottom ones to set before I did before I worked my way up. So after that, you take the Maltesers bag, empty bag, and then what you do is you just snip the top. So you just make sure you don't snip the label bit, because you want that obviously to be showing. So you just kind of cut it nicely, neatly, shall I say. And then you put again melted chocolate around the edges of the of your Maltesers, and then you just position it on top of your doweling rod so that a little bit of it is supported. So you just kind of positioned it as if you're pouring it over the cake. So and then you just kind of stick that on the Maltesers, the top ones. So you just press it for like 30 seconds to make sure it's stuck on. So, and then basically that's it. So easy, super fun, and people, it's such a showstopper. People look at it and they say, oh, it's different, it's fun, and it's also very fun to make. It's so very rewarding to make these kinds of cake. And then people, like, they stop and actually they come up to you and they say, oh, I really love that cake you made. It's so unique. I've never seen anything like it. And it really is. It's super worth it. And also you can make different variations of this cake. It doesn't have to be Maltesers, because personally I don't like Maltesers, but my partner does, so I used it's his cake. You know, it's not my cake. Otherwise it won't be Maltesers. It'll probably be M&M's peanuts. Yeah, I did say that. I did mention that to my husband. He was like, ew, disgusting, because he absolutely hates peanuts. But anyway, so you can use M&M's. If you're not into peanuts, you can use the plain ones. You can use Skittles. Then also, you don't have to use chocolate fingers, but like I said, my little boy, he loves chocolate fingers. He'd eat them all day if you can, if you let him. You can use Kit Kat, and anything that, anything really that you like. And for this particular cake, I just used little chocolate buttons to decorate the around the cake, just to give it a bit of colour. So basically that's it, and if you go onto my blog, which I should link at the bottom, and there you will find the recipe I used for the chocolate ganache filling, for the chocolate glaze, and also for the chocolate sponge. But like I said, you can use whatever cake sponge you like, and if you're pressed for time, you can even buy one of them ones in packets. You know, I've never used them because I quite like to make my cakes from scratch, but I have nothing against them. But you know, it's up to you. You can use them. But the thing about this cake, it's you can do it with your kids. They can, you know, if you have kids, you can. It's a great activity for kids. You can let them put the chocolate fingers around the cake, and then they can even put the Maltesers at on top of your cake. So it's a fun activity for parents and kids. So here is the cake after it's been cut. As you can see, it's still standing, and there is your full layer of chocolate awesomeness right there. And I don't know, I don't think you can really see, but the glazing is right there. You can see the top. That's the chocolate glaze I'm on about, and because it's been covered by Maltesers and a lot of other stuff, I mean candles and dabbling rods and everything. But it's really, really glossy, and if you just cover your cake with that and nothing on top, your cake will look absolutely beautiful. So here is that cake, and I hope you guys give this cake a go, because it's really fun. It's super rewarding, especially now I'm holding it and it's still standing after it fell apart on me. Like I told you, the first lot of Maltesers kind of came crumbling down literally, but I managed to pull it off, thankfully. And it's a very, very rewarding cake to make, and your friends, your family are going to love it. Yeah, they're absolutely going to love it. It looks great, it tastes great, and it's just a great cake. So I hope you enjoy making it, and I hope you enjoy watching this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.